Hello everyone, this is Owl Knight here. This script was submitted to me by Miri, a talented artist and a firm supporter of the channel. Please go check out their links in the description below and kindly show them your support for me. Without further ado, please enjoy this audio and happy listening. Hello there. Welcome to... Oh, good afternoon, traveler. Back again, healthy and uninjured this time. How was your trip to the capital city of Cadence? Good to hear. Are you passing through this hamlet to the main town? It's past midday already. You might do well to find a room and rest till the sun rises next. What's the matter, friend? For me? Oh, you sweetheart, you didn't have to. Oh, these are lovely. Violet, marigold, and rosemary flowers. Where did you get them? A little girl's flower stall. Well, I hope you paid this young entrepreneur her due coin in full. These blooms are practically bursting. Yes, they've tried to be much smaller than the state of an open blossom, but they've retained their fullness of shape. Yes, it's easier to practice with dried material than fresh, so long as fresh isn't required. And if they're dried properly, their essence won't fade, only the moisture. What more could you possibly have for me? And why does it smell like that? Oh, it's bladder rack, and channeled rack, and dulse. Carrageen, too. He went all the way out to the ocean. I can imagine whatever for. Fish jerky. That's a thing now, is it? Is it even any good? I suppose it would depend on the fish and how it's prepared. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the experience. I must say, I'm glad this was not among your otherwise lovely gifts. You know I wouldn't eat an animal if my life depended on it. You have more. What else did you find? Stars, traveler, when I taught you how to forage, I didn't mean it to be for my sake. Klamath weed, red clover, and gorse flowers. Then butcher's broom, and burdocks roots. All cleaned up perfectly, and a hefty helping of each. I have to pay you. Please, this is so helpful. I have to give you something. Of course you can sleep in the spare room. You don't have to bargain for it. Quite a generous trade. Well, I should quickly add these to the rest of the plants I have to process today. Feel free to come along if you like. No need to be shy. This countertop is just a countertop. It's not going to bite you if you try to walk around it. Now, obviously, I can't operate at the same scale as a practitioner from, say, the capital, nor as any royal's personal herbalist, but I like to think I'm just as knowledgeable. The forest surrounding us yields plenty enough for me to get by, as well as whatever is brought to me by the kind folks that pass through here, yourself included, of course. Now, first, let's go through my cupboards and take inventory. You can touch if you want, but please be careful. Some of this is quite rare, and only grows with the seasons. Now, everything I have is kept in a neutral, dried, or preserved form, so it can be further prepared in all the different ways a person may need. Bearded iris rhizome nuggets can be called orris root. These can be prepared for medicine in two ways. You can either make a tisane with a teaspoon of the rhizome in a spouted pot, and drink it twice a day when ill to treat a cough and to help pass mucus buildup. Or you can mull the rhizome into a red grape wine, which can be drunk to help treat dropsy, or fluid retention, as you might know it. Over here we have the second use of orris. Otto of orris, if you would. Isn't it lovely? This golden yellow oily liquid contains the pleasant odor of the concrete oil without the solid, fatty, inodorous constituents which are used in herbalism. I have 3 vials of it. Do you want to smell quickly? A young priestess of Meridia is coming to purchase them tomorrow, so we may not have this chance again. Ah, divine. Ladies often purchase this to use as perfume on their wrists and neck, and it's even popular among some men, too, though they're typically of higher standing than the average bachelor. But I imagine the priestess of Meridia will find a more clerical use for it, likely as a liquid incense for consecration or anointment purposes. Give me a moment to prepare their order. Here we have the root chips. The yellow gentian here are usually prepared into an admittedly bitter tonic that is used to both ease and stimulate the stomach. It can help to pass indigestion and swelling, or to stimulate one's appetite whenever it escapes. Next to it is the yellow dock, which are infused with water to help treat folks with anemia, or a poultice to help ease swelling and inflammation. Then, the agrimony can be used to treat fevers and all sorts of blood-related ailments, be it kidney or bladder infection, ruptured or broken blood vessels, or just to maintain blood health in general. Oh, and here are the milk thistle leaves. These can be quite effective for women seeking to relieve their menstrual concerns. You can imagine I get cleaned out of it pretty quickly. It's a good thing milk thistle proliferates rather swiftly. Put all of this here. There we are. Now, what do I need to restock? Well, as well as what you've given me, I've also received a few bottles of safflower oil yesterday, so I'll just put those away quickly. Did you know these Klamath weed flowers you brought me have 2 other names? Devil Chaser and St. John's Wort. Now, I don't know who St. John is. Those Ordanians have so many saints you'd think they were offering the title on discount. Yes. Anyways, this one is quite special. One can infuse the flowers in water, or a syrup to make a balm for the mind and spirit, for when mental health recedes. Or extract their oils and stir them through a base cream made of beeswax, almond and shea oils as a topical lotion to assist in healing burns, bruises, nerve pain, and open wounds. Yes, I can see you're excited for the gorse flowers. They're quite fragrant, aren't they? Like those tropical fruits from the Turelian Isles. Coconuts, I believe. They're known to have a similarly sweet almond scent. It's yet another preciously special flower. Many who suffer from anxiety and feelings of overwhelming hopelessness find refuge in the tonics made with gorse. It's quite the reliable companion to help recover confidence in one's own strength. These tiny little red clover buds that you so painstakingly picked for me. There isn't a single minuscule petal crushed or out of place. These baby blossoms can be infused in baths or washes to soften dry and scratchy skin, and to ease muscular spasms and hot flashes. The sweet little violets are infused in a syrup as a remedy for most ailments waist up. Inflammation, sore throat, headaches, sleeplessness, and even a broken heart. Also, if you add lemon juice to it, the color changes from purple to blue. It's very fun to watch. I'm actually so glad you brought me these marigolds, because I just used the last of my stock for a bath salt blend. Simply drinking a tea of the petals can help stomach ulcers, or it can be used as a mouth rinse to treat sore gums. Or, much like the Klamath weed, blending the oil through a base cream can be used to treat a variety of skin conditions. I must admit, even though rosemary flowers come in a variety of colors, I'm partial to the blues and whites, and I'm so glad you found them for me. The rosemary flowers make a general, all-purpose healing wash that can be drunk, bathed in, and even washed through hair to stimulate healthy growth. Oh dear. It looks like the sky has gone overcast. So I'm absolutely not letting you leave tonight. Would you please light the hearth? I have some beech wood for starter, and then some oak logs to burn. If they're too big, there's a hand axe and a throat to split the wood further if you need. This is just a fun little peeling knife. Short, sharp, curved blade to peel the thin membrane of the rhizome and roots off the butcher's broom. Once it's peeled, I'll slice it into small cubes and strips, and then set it to dry under the windowsill along the burdock roots. The butcher's broom can be used for vascular problems and an assortment of leg ailments. And the burdock roots are used to treat infections, especially animal or insect bites. This one is hornwort. I was able to get it from the mirror pond close to the edge of the oak forest. The nixie who guards the mirror at the bottom of the pond is kind enough to pull the hornwort for me if I trade them duck eggs. Yeah, nixies, as it turns out, are carnivorous. Yes, they. Nixies are shapeshifters who have no preference for gender, coloration, or even a humanoid form. Sometimes they look like a pool frog, or an unnaturally big palmate salamander. The hornwort floats around in the pool and the little streams that connect. Although it's astringent and bitter tasting, it is known for its fragrance. This herb is used to treat a variety of stomach problems, ranging from injury to illness, infections to simple cramps. I'll put these to dry next to the roots. Now let me just put all the seaweeds and algae to soak in fresh water overnight. It'll help to purge any residual sea salt. Go on and set your belongings in one of the spare rooms. I've pumped some fresh, warm bath water with some salts and the last of the dried marigold petals. Take your time to clean up, and dinner will be ready whenever you're finished. I'll set out a fresh set of comfy clothes and a woven woolen robe for you to wear after. They're extra soft. Yes, there's a smaller wooden tub to soak your clothes while you bathe. There are 2 solutions for you to clean your clothes with: a soapwort tincture in the clear glass, or common ivy extract in the brown bottle. You may take your pick, but your clothes don't seem too filthy, so maybe the soapwort will be strong enough. Here you are. Dig in. Yes, I'm a vegetarian, so it's mushrooms with soup and some greens, nuts, and berries on the side. Please, have a seat. I've set the table already. There's chanterelles and boletes sautéed in safflower oil with chives, thyme, and salt. Next to it is blanched greens, ramp, dandelion, sorrel, and fiddleheads. Fiddleheads? Oh, they're just furled fronds picked from a young fern. Yes, those are the chive flowers. They are both a garnish and a seasoning. If you take the lid off the earthenware pot, you'll find creamed nettle soup, spiced with saffron and fennel seeds. I used the carrageen you brought me to create a thickening gelatin for that creamy consistency. On the saucer plate are chestnuts and hazelnuts, roasted with salt and rosemary over the fireplace. You see that box over there in the corner? It's called an ice box. It's a thin, stone-walled cube with a lid and a remarkable drainage system. As the name might suggest, it holds chunks of ice to store and preserve fresh ingredients. In there, I've set a wooden bowl of assorted berries and fruits. There are blackberries, raspberries, pear and gillyflower apple slices, wild strawberries, and sea buckthorn berries to sweeten our palates after we sup. Well, how did you enjoy your meat-free meal? Good. I'm glad to know it filled you up. It's getting rather late, though. You should rest. I truthfully won't be far behind you. It's been quite a day here in my little neck of the woods. But I'm very glad you chose to stop by today. When you leave in the morning, I have a little beeswax bag of violets and dandelion flowers, candied in honey for you to take along as a treat. Of course, my friend, it's the least I can do. Do have a sound sleep, and let me know if there's anything else I can do to make you more comfortable. Anytime you're in the area, know that you'll have a place to stay, right here. Now, I'll see you in the morning. Good night.